Galatians 5:22-23. Tatapuat ang bunga ng Espiritu ay pag-ibig, katuwaan, kapayapaan, pagpapahinuhod, kagandahang loob, kabutihan, pagtatapat, kaamuan, pagpipigil, laban sa mga gayong bagay ay walang kautusan. Galatians 5:25. Kung tayo'y nangabubuhay sa pamamagitan ng Espiritu, ay mga agsilakad naman tayo ayon sa Espiritu. Sa Proverbs 25:28, siyang hindi pumipigil ng kanyang sariling diwa ay parang bayang nabagsak at walang kuta. Sa James 1:26, kung ang sino man ay nag-iisip na siya reliyoso, samantalang hindi pinipigil ang kanyang dila, kundi dinadaya ang kanyang puso, ang relihiyon ng taong ito ay walang kabuluhan. Ang kalagahan ng self-control o pagpipigil sa sarili. The significance of self-control. Ang self-control o pagpipigil sa sarili ay siyang katapusang katangian ng Espiritu kung basahin natin ang Galatians 5:22-23. Kung wala ito, hindi natin kaya labanan ang mga gawaing makamundo, makalaman at ano-ano pang mga uri ng mga bisyo. Kung tayo ay walang self-control, malinaw na tayo ay walang bunga ng Espiritu o walang Espiritu Santo. Ano ba ang self-control? Sa anong paraan na tayo ay mamumuhay na may self-control o pagpipigil sa sarili? Self-control ay galing sa salitang ingratia, rendered in the King James Version, or temperance, compared to Latin temperario and continentia. But more accurately, self-control as in the Revised Version, British and American, Acts 24:25, Galatians 5:23, 2 Peter 1:6, adjective of shame, ingratis, self-control. Titus 1:8, the Revised Version, British and American, compare verb forms in 1 Corinthians 7:9, have continency. Sa 1 Corinthians chapter 9:25, the athlete exercises self-control. Self-control is therefore repeatedly set forth in the New Testament as among the important Christian virtues. Sabi ni Jarrod Jacobs, in contrast to the works of the flesh described by Paul in Galatians 5:19-21, the fruit of the Spirit in verses 22-23 stands out as character traits all Christians must have. It is these things that Paul said, against such there is no law. In other words, there is nothing to condemn such a one who practice the virtues mentioned in Galatians 5:22-23. Contrasted here are the works of verses 19-21, which would and do condemn men, and which are characteristic that ought not be in anyone's life. Paul's style of writing often uses such means of teaching, that is, the contrasting of two opposing lifestyles and showing which one the Christian ought to possess. He often tells men that what not to do, and then will follow that with what God expects of them. We find this in Colossians 3:5-14. It also apparent in Paul's letter to the Ephesians 4:22-32. It is fascinating to consider Paul's styles of teaching as we consider what Paul, by the power of the Holy Spirit, 2 Peter 1:20-21, 1 Corinthians 7:40, and chapter 14, verse 37, had to say concerning the fruit of the Spirit. Let us consider the characteristic of temperance or self-control. Many times people think of the word temperance only in the connection with alcohol. One might remember the temperance movement of the 20th century, where this nation succeeded in outlawing all alcohol from legal consumption for a time. I said legal consumption. It is clear there were many who illegally brewed and sold their alcohol. In fact, in the town here when I grew up, the main street through town is named Temperance Street. It was called such because originally in the town there were no establishment allowed on the street which sold alcohol. This role has since changed dramatically over the years. Ang self-control ay 3 beses lang mababasa sa Bagong Tipan. Acts 24:25, Galatians 5:23, and then 2 Peter 1:6. Ang self-control sa ating buhay ay kailangan ito sapagkat pag wala ito ay madali tayong mapapahamak. At kung hindi ka mapapahamak sa kamatayan ay magkaroon ka ng matinding mga problema sapagkat magulo at maging magulo ang iyong buhay dahil ikaw ay walang disiplina sa sarili. Ang self-control ay kailangan sa loob ng tahanan. Ang self-control ay kailangan sa bawat individuals. Ang self-control ay kailangan din sa mga taong may mga tauhang dinadala. Ang self-control ay kailangan din sa business, sa pamamahala, sa sarili mo. Kahit sa pag-aaral, kailangan ang self-control. Ang pakikitungo sa kapwa, kailangan ng self-control. Ang pakikipag-usap sa kapwa ay kailangan ng self-control. Ang ating panampalataya bilang Kristiyano o believers o membro ng iglesia ay kailangan ng self-control. Membro ka man o pastor ka man. Kahit sa mga mag-aawit o mga singer, kailangan ng self-control. Kahit sa mga mahilig sa sport, kailangan din ng self-control. At walang sinong tao sa mundong ito na exempted sa self-control. Ngunit may mga tao talagang walang self-control o hindi kaya kontrolin ang kanilang sarili. O kaya portion lamang ang self-control na kanilang pinapakita sa kanilang buhay sapagkat most of their lives and characteristics at ano pang mga patakaran sa buhay ay walang self-control. And that is why sila ay nagkaroon ng o magkakaroon ng maraming mga problema. The fact is self-control plays an important part in all of our lives. We cannot live without it. Quite a few proverbs highlight the importance of having self-control. If we lack self-control, then we will run into all sorts of problems. The one who is not able to control his time will not be a diligent worker. The way of the sluggard is as a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. Proverbs 15:19. The one who cannot control his words will ruin his own life. A false mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. Proverbs 18:7. The one who lacks self-control often falls into terrible habits like drinking and gluttony. For the heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty. Proverbs 23:21. Yung mga taong bisyoso sa ating bansa, sa ating lipunan, naubod ng mga bisyosong tao, itong mga taong ito ay walang self-control. Pag-alipin ka na sa alak, pag-alipin ka na sa paninigarilyo, pag-alipin ka na sa pagkababairo mo, pag-alipin ka na sa pagnanakaw ng pira ng bayan, pag-alipin ka na sa mga lahat ng iba-ibang uring kasamaan, ay malinaw na ika ay walang self-control. At ito ang sinasabi ng Bible, for the heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty. Proverbs 23:21. The foolish man does not control his anger. A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. Proverbs 29:11. The one lacking discipline follows his desires rather than God's principles. He lives by lust rather than God's principles. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching is light, and reproofs for discipline are the way of life, to keep you from the evil woman, from the smooth tongue of the adulteress. Do not desire her beauty in your heart, nor let her catch you with her eyelids. For on account of a harlot one is reduced to a loaf of bread, and an adulteress hunt for the precious life. Proverbs 6:23-26. Si Hari Solomon nang kontrolado pa siya ng Panginoon, puro kabutihan ang kanyang ginagawa. Marami siyang achievement na nagawa sa kanyang kapanahonan bilang hari, at nandoon yung espiritu na submission o submissive. Ngunit nang dumating ang panahon na wala na siyang self-control sa sarili, tinalikuran niya ang Diyos, nagkaroon siya ng maraming live-in partner at asawa, at dahil nga ito sa wala ng self-control, ang Diyos hindi na makapa-control sa kanyang buhay, Hari Solomon, sapagkat si Hari Solomon ay gumagawa ng sariling diskarte sa kanyang buhay at sinamantala ang kanyang pagkahari at kayamanan, at namuhay siya sa on the latter of his kingship ay masama ang nangyayari. Ngunit maraming mga salita sa Proverbs, sa Ecclesiastes, na makita natin na na-realize niya na ang lahat ng bagay sa mundong ito ay vain, walang kabuluhan. Ngunit kahit pa man ang kanyang mga ginagawa ay hindi tama, dahil nga ang ugat ay wala na siyang self-control sa kanyang sarili. Ito ang hindi maganda at hindi tama at napakadelikado at nakakamatay sa isang taong walang self-control. What is the definition of self-control? Self-control is that ability from God that enables a person to suppress his natural selfish inclinations and control one's thought, words, attitudes, and deeds so that he can serve God, society, and others. God has called each set of parents to teach self-control to their children so that they may carry out His commandments. Modeling this principle is very important. My son, observe the commandments of your father, and do not forsake the teaching of your mother. Then continually on your heart. Tie them around your neck. You walk about, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you, and when you awake, they will talk to you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching is light, and the proofs for discipline are the way of life. God has called each set of parents to teach self-control to their children so that they may carry out His commandments. Self-control is the tool by which people can be responsible to God, society, and even themselves. Self-control describes the ability of a person to govern his desires in such a way that they serve him to accomplish what he knows is right. Most of the character qualities that a society respects, such as faithfulness, attentiveness, loyalty, diligence, patience, all depend on rightly governing one's body. The opposite of self-control is seen in Samson, who was manipulated by his desires. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, self-control. Galatians 5:23. Self-control accept the others are more important than self. They learn how to put off fulfilling their own interests so that they can serve others. A free and orderly society can only be built with this quality. Without it, man is unable to follow his conscience or the rules of society. There is no freedom without self-control. For uncontrolled man is convinced his desires are more important than the needs of others and oppress others to fulfill those desires. Do you know where our quarrels and conflicts come from in personal relationships? The Bible tells us from our selfish desires. Again, we see that desires rule the person. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there is disorder and every evil thing. James 3:16. You lust and do not have, so you commit murder, and you have envious and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. James 4:2. So delikado ang self-control sapagkat ito yung mga panahon na magawa mo ang gusto mo na walang takot kanino man. Kung wala kang self-control, kung ano ang plano mo, masama man ito mabuti, gagawin mo. Kung ikaw ay walang self-control, kung ano man ang ugali mo, masama man ito mabuti, nakita mo. Kung ikaw ay walang self-control, kung ano man ang kahiligan ng bisyo mo, napakasama itong bisyo o hindi masyadong masama, gagawin mo at pasasamain mo. Sapagkat ang self-control ay napakahalaga ito, sapagkat ito ang magpigil sa sarili mo kung ano ka na, sino ka na, ano na ang resulta at epekto sa iyong ginagawa. Kung nasaktan ba o nasira ang buhay niya o ano pa mang bagay na hindi mabuti. Karamihan sa mga taong bisyoso, sa ating kapitbahay, sa ating makakilala, sa lipunan, ito yung mga taong ito na walang kakontrol-kontrol sa sarili. Ang bisyo ang nagkontrol sa kanila, hindi sila mismo ang nagkontrol sa bisyo. That's why, sa bandang huli, malalaman mo lang na ito ay namatay na. Sa bandang huli, na malalaman mo na ito ay na-hospital na dahil sa sakit. Malalaman mo ito na ito ay nakulong na dahil nakapatay o ano man ang ginagawa niya sa kapwa. O nahuhuli na ng pulis. That's why, kung ikaw naman ay isang taong nangarap maging mayaman at wala kang kondo sa sarili, ang gagawin mo ay magnakaw ka na lamang. Yura ka ng karapatan ng iba para yumaman. Pira ng ibang tao, nanakawin mo, mga gamit ng ibang tao, nanakawin mo sapagkat ang pangarap mo na maging mayaman, ito ang nagtukso sa iyo upang gagawin ang lahat ng kasamaan dahil nga sa ang ugat na ito ay wala kang self-control. Kung ikaw naman ay nagmamaneho ng sasakyan, pag walang self-control ang pagdadrive mo sa sasakyan, hindi ka lang mapapahamak kasama ang mga pasahero mo. Ganon din sa lahat ng mga sasakyan, o hindi lang sasakyan, kahit sa pag-manage sa mga tauhan. Pag wala kang self-control, baka sa bandang huli, ikaw na manager, mag-iisa ka na lang maiwan sa isang company. O kaya, kung hindi man aalis lahat, at least karamihan sa mga empleyado mo ay galit sa iyo. So, kailangan ng self-control sa sarili mo, sa loob ng pamilya, sa kapitbahay, sa lipunan, sa kapwa. Kung ikaw ay manager, sa empleyado, kung ikaw ay namamahala sa gobyerno, kailangan ng self-control. Sapagkat may mga panahon din na ikaw ay ma-challenge sa mga problema, ma-challenge sa ibang tao din, o mga ibang mga hindi mo inasahan na mga pangyayaring circumstances na ang solusyon lang pala ito ay self-control. That's why kailangan na may self-control. Lahat ng bagay, physical, spiritual, financial, relational, educational, medical, legal, ay kailangan ng self-control. Sa ating pananampalataya, kailangan ng self-control. Sapagkat ang self-control, ito ay espiritu at diwa ng isang taong marunong umiintindi sa kanyang kalagayan, sa kalagayan ng ibang tao, sa kalagayan ng kapaligiran. That's why ang self-control, kailangan din ito sa environment. Sapagkat ang ating environment ay nagkalukuluko na, nagkasira-sira na dahil ang mga tao ay walang self-control. Tapon ng basura kahit saan-saan at anumang bagay na ginagawa na labag sa patakaran ng ating environmental laws. So ganun din ang iglesia. Mapastor ka man, kailangan mong self-control. Missionary ka man, kailangan mong self-control. Kung ikaw ay opisyalis ng simbahan, kailangan mong self-control. Kahit sa music, kailangan ang self-control. Kahit sa boxing, kailangan ng self-control. Ang self-control ay kailangan ng pinakamahalaga ay yung tinatawag na disiplina. The need for self-control stems from two problems. Self-tendencies, the lack of training. Bakit na may mga tao na walang self-control? Because of their sinful tendencies. Since we are born with a sin nature, we all have a tendency to live by our own selfish desires. We have a bent toward evil like a plant that bends toward the light. These desires tend to overrule us in one or more areas. If a person is covetous, then he will be willing to use his words, actions, and thoughts to obtain some object. He might steal or lie as a result. The desires will keep pulling him into situation where he compromises his convictions about what is right or wrong. The life of Samson shows us the consequences of not lining up our desires with God's purposes. The child has these sinful inclinations too, but they are undeveloped depending on how old he is. He cannot fully coordinate the parts of his body to get what he wants. He frequently gets caught. Second, lack of training. We need to be honest and acknowledge that a child does not naturally acquire the experience and knowledge needed to perform certain tasks. Training is his passing over the confidence, knowledge and skills to do some certain task. For example, a child might not know how to pick up his clothing untold him, a simple common task. He does not see the importance of it, nor does he know the way to actually do it. He has not trained his hands and eyes to move the clothes in certain ways that please his mother. The skill has never been taught to him. As he gets older, he will have the physical capacity to fold the clothes, but not the training. On the good side, the mother probably does it for him. She shows her care for him that way. On the bad side, he probably won't ever make his bed. This makes him a messy and inconsiderate roommate. That's why kailangan natin, mga kapatid, na ang self-control kailangan ng training sa sarili. Ang training, lahat ito ay ma-apply kahit sa buhay mo, pagkatao mo, sa lahat ng aspeto ng buhay mo, kung ano man ang ginagawa mo, o plano mo, o profession mo, o position mo, kailangan ng training. That's why, sapagkat ito ang isa sa mga mahalaga sa buhay para magkaroon ng self-control. Ngunit, ang sa pananampalataya bilang Kristiyano, ang pinaka-source at makapangyarihang source upang magkaroon ka ng self-control ay puno ka ng banal na espiritu. Marami kang alam sa salita ng Diyos na nasa puso mo, sa kaluluwa mo. To love God with all your heart, with all your soul and mind, isa ito sa mga contribution upang magkaroon ka ng self-control. Ikaw kapatid, may self-control ka ba?